Here is exercise 2.12b. And in B, we are asked to solve for x, and we're told we have 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta equals 1 over x. Well, again, what I see here is, and I'd probably change sides on this, but I see 1 over x is equal to something that I'll make into a fraction. So some a over b. But if 1 over x is equal to a over b, then x is equal to b over a. Okay, because that's how numbers work. If I take the multiplicative, inverse or the reciprocal of one side, I can do it with the other, and things should still be equal, as long as I'm not talking about 0 here or something. Cut that. I don't know what that stuff was. So if I can just get, if I can just get this into a nice proper fraction like an a over b, then I can just turn everything upside down. So again, I'm going to rewrite this first as 1 over x equals 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. And now I'm going to get a common denominator. And so I have 1 over x is equal to, now the common denominator will be alpha times beta. And so I get beta over alpha beta plus alpha over alpha beta. Doing that, I don't know what that was either, for a common denominator. Now that I've got a common denominator, I can multiply, or I can add these two things together. Beta plus alpha over alpha times beta. And so I've got my proper fraction like I've got here. And now if I just turn everything upside down, I've got x is equal to alpha times beta over beta plus alpha. And okay, so that is how I would do it, because I just would see a fraction there and get that fraction. However, another way. So I have the 1 over, what was it, 1 over alpha first? Yeah, 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta plus, equals 1 over x. Well, I've got a bunch of stuff in the denominators that, the x in particular I would like in the numerator. Well, just start multiplying through by whatever you see in the denominators. So I'll multiply both sides by alpha. 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta equals alpha over x, like that. Well, multiply that through. Alpha over alpha is 1, and I get plus alpha over beta equals alpha over x. Now multiply everything through by beta. I won't write that step out like I did before. Just multiply through by beta. I get a beta plus an alpha equals alpha times beta over x. Now multiply everything through by x, but I wouldn't actually distribute, so I would write x times beta plus alpha equals alpha times beta, because I multiplied both sides by x. Now divide both sides by the beta plus alpha, and I get my x equals alpha beta over beta plus alpha. So that was the same thing I got up here. Now me in particular, since alpha comes before beta, I would probably myself prefer to write it as alpha beta times alpha plus beta, but it really doesn't matter. And so, either of those methods work. You might be able to come up with something else as well. So there's 2.12b.